What you know about black? The forum is the format. It's MAZ and Tomcat. Who cares who came before that? You should trust me, it's official. Don't just take the flow for granted. We discuss important issues, plus promoting local talent. We three hosts that make the topics flow. Click the link and watch the show. Listen while you driving home, but don't forget to watch the road. Folks from different walks of life. Gangsters, politicians, single mothers, or musicians. It's important that we listen.
Chappelle Show. Welcome back to another episode of Platform. Y'all know me, I think. I hope so. Y'all will get to know. This is the MAZ. I got the greatest hosts in the world all around the board. Y'all can speak your name, if you don't mind.
What up? I'm Kay. They call me Day Day for some reason.
What up, though? It's man, the co-host. You know what I'm saying? Mine's is the host. I'm the co-host. And then we got...
Hi, I'm just here for the free food. My name is Jasmine.
And we here talking about that money, that guap green. We need it. And we got the greatest people in the world to talk about. So, to the left, we got Miss Darnai White. Nay. Clap it up, clap it up.
Come on now.
And we got the beautiful Brandy Pryor.
Yes.
Formerly known as Pryor, now Harris.
Now here, excuse me.
Right on.
Pardon me, excuse me.
We talking about money, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's get hype on this one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We trying to get it. So,
Got to learn how to make some
yes,
Right?
indeed.
outside of the man.
Indeed, yeah. So, Nay, aka Darnai, is I guess I want to say specializes in the ForEx trade, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can just give us a brief introduction about yourself and how you got into it.
Okay, so I'm Nay. I'm 19. Well, about to be 19. I really got into Forex because I seen this girl on Instagram and she was doing a lot of stuff that I wanted to do. Like she was traveling. She had just bought a car and she was always like spoiling her mom with gifts and stuff. And like it was something that I wanted to do, but I just couldn't really afford it. So it just made me want to get into it. So I texted her about it and ever since then I've been hooked. So that's basically how I got into it.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
what's up.
Dope.
All right.
Great.
All right.
Happy pre-birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
And Brandy, you've been doing Forex as well. You want to give us your introduction?
Yes. I've been doing Forex actually for almost as long as you've been alive.
Ain't nothing wrong with
I
it.
was actually exposed to Forex a little over 15 years ago. I basically was relying on like my 401k and a few stocks and things of that nature, you know, as a form of investment. And I had not even ever heard of Forex until my ex-husband exposed me to Forex. And once he trained me how to do it, and actually I've read everything up on it for the most part, I've been doing it ever since.
All right.
I did take a short break during this past administration for reasons I'll explain later. But for the most part, I've been steadily doing it for over 15 years.
Can you kind of just break it down? What is Forex trading?
Forex is the foreign currency exchange market for the most part. And everybody here is familiar with stocks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhat.
So, you know, for the most part, stocks, this is very hard to talk with this mask on. I don't have my 3D mask on under it, so I'm breathing in this mask. Stocks basically focuses on business and corporations and like your shares in those business and corporations. Forex is actually currency. Currency all around the world is looking at the differences between the interest in that currency. Okay? So unlike the stock market, there's billions of dollars basically flowing through that market at any point in time. Stock market is 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. The Forex market, there's trillions of dollars flowing through that market, and it is running 24/7, depending on the type of currency that you are trading. So you can trade at any time. Another big difference is with the stock market, the stock has to increase. It has to go up for you to make any money. Forex, if you trade properly, you can make money if it's losing money. You see what I'm saying? If you're betting that it will go down, that's the profit for you because you're betting against its gain. You see what I'm saying? So that's a big difference. Originally, basically millionaires were using this market. Average people could not trade in this market when it first started. But maybe about 20 years ago, it became accessible to the everyday person.
Okay.
Did you have something to add to it?
Like, that was perfect. Well, like, that's really what it is, and that's what makes this like so amazing, because you can make money whether it go up or down, and it's 24/7. Like she said, everything literally.
So, Nate, why don't you give us the, I guess if I'm a millennial, you're Gen Z, why don't you give us the Gen Z explanation of what ForEx trading is?
I mean, it's all the same. Like, it's not really a difference. Like, anybody can be profitable and anybody can do this. Like, the eldest person on my team, she's 58 years old. And, like, with the company that I use, she don't have to, like, you don't have to learn how to trade. Like, with this company, you do not have to learn how to trade or learn how to do any of this in order to be profitable. Because, obviously, like, she don't know much about technology. She don't know much about, like, how to work a phone and stuff like that, but she is still making money. Her very first day, she made $700 with me. Her very first day, she did not know what she was doing. The only thing she did was copy me. And who am I copying? Millionaires, because that's who we're copying. So you don't have to, like, it's not different from each person. Like, anybody can be profitable. Anybody can do this. Like, literally. I mean, if you learn on your own, it may be more difficult depending on, like, you know, the type of person you are. But with this company that I'm with, anybody, like, I'm saying anybody of all ages, all walks of life.
Okay, now is this a system set up like basically where the more money you put down, the more money you get in return, or like how does that work? Like, I mean, for people that's like myself that's scared to lose money, like how much, like what would be a good, you know what I'm saying, starting point for you to drop some money down and not worry about what you lost?
Okay, so I've traded regular Forex and HFX. So with regular Forex, you can put something like a stop loss on your trade. So you can say, okay, like, you have to learn how to count pips, but you can say, okay, market, once I get down $50, I'm done. I don't want to play with this no more. I'm out. And it will take you out. Or if you don't put a stop loss on it, the market will just take you out. It's just going to wipe you out. So it'll just take you out. But with HFX, it's basically where it's like, if you lose the trade, you will only lose what you put in. Only. You can't lose more than that. But in regular Forex, you can lose past that unless you put a stop loss on it. Whereas if you win money, it's anything. Like, you can win whatever. But if you lose, you will only lose what you put in. Only.
Okay. So what is a good starting figure to begin with? Like, if you want, you know, today I want to get started, what do I need to have accessible in order to get into this game?
It's basically whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
15 years ago, I opened my first brokerage account with $250.
Okay.
So you don't really need a whole bunch of money to start your brokerage account. It's basically what your goals are. And like I always tell anybody that I am instructing on Forex, how much are you willing to lose? You know, everybody wants to make money, but I mean, we have to be realistic. You're going to potentially lose money as well, even if you do put stop losses in. I mean, once it starts to go down, you're losing money regardless. But you have to go in with the mindset that, okay, I may make money, but I may lose it. So it just depends on where you are financially and what your comfort level is.
Do y'all trade every day? I know it's like you said, it's round the clock, 24/7. Are y'all on it all the time, or how does that work?
For me, as long as the market is open, I'm trading. And also, like, I don't always trade on my own either. Like, with the company that I'm with, they give us trades. So, like, if I could just be chilling, like, right here with us, and I haven't checked the market all day, and they could be like, okay, sell X, Y, and Z. Sell. Boom. By the time I'm out of here, I'm paid. So, like, you don't really like I said, you do not have to know how to do this, but you can. Like, it's definitely good if, like, you learn it on your own. But I trade all the time. I just like to trade. Like, it's fun for me. So.
I can tell. You ain't playing. You with it.
Well, I don't trade every day either. I have a regular 9 to 5 that I have to work. So a lot of times I'll set my trade up to get in when the market opens, like the day before. I'm old school. I don't use a lot of the technology to kind of give you cues when to go in and things of that nature. I actually count pips. I know how to count pips. I watch the news. I always encourage people to pick out a couple of currency pairs that you are comfortable with, regions in the world that you are familiar with, and stick to those. Okay. But if you have time, I know people who have actually quit their 9 to 5 and done this full time because they're rocking and rolling at it. But for me, I do it as a means to have additional resources, and so I can retire early.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Right
that
on.
sounds good. So
Okay.
can you just tell me what a pip is before we continue with this? Yeah, thank you, because I wrote that down.
Yes. Say what? Say what?
Percentage interest point. It's
Okay.
basically the space between the two currency pairs. It's the financial space, like the difference between them.
I think I remember.
Thank you.
Because I went through a class with the lovely Miss Brandy before. And I think I remember accurately. So basically, we're trying to pit two currencies against each other. So, say for instance, the United States versus China or whatever. So, if I'm watching the news and I see something going on in China, or let's keep it real with the Asian hate going on and all that stuff like that, I can say China's currency is going to go down compared to the United States currency. And then that whatever that difference is what I earned or something like that.
It depends on which one is the dominant currency. So if USD is the dominant currency, that's correct. But those can always be transferred, But I'll say this. The market, just like the stock market, the ForEx market is moved by emotion. Just because there's something negative going on in the world or in that country or in that region, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have a negative effect on the currency. It actually, sometimes, depending on what it is, it can actually cause it to get stronger. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Okay, don't just associate negativity with a downtrend. That's not always the case.
Yeah, I like to check the news because, like, even if the setup is nice, just because, like, the strength has a good fight with the other one, it could cause you to lose a trade. So I always check the news. I always check support and resistance. I always check the fight. Like, I really just check it all. Like, I check the trend, like what's already been happening. History, like in the market, history repeats itself. So, like, when she say, like, pick a pair and stick with it, that's because it's going to keep doing the same thing. So once you learn how that currency moves, you'll be good. Because, like, certain pairs, like, I just know what's going to happen just because I just know. Because I've been seeing it for a long time. So, yeah.
Jeez.
So the strategy is really just sticking with one and just learning it. Like, at first, it's going to look confusing, but then eventually you're going to be like, oh, I've seen this before. Or, like, you'll even notice yourself getting in the same trades. Like, you'll be like, I got in this type of trade before. So, yeah.
Okay, I mean, now we, before we go to the best bright spots of it, like, what, ladies, both of y'all, like, y'all take on it, a bad day of ForEx trading. Like, both of y'all might have had a bad day before y'all knew what a good day was. Can you shed some light on it? Can you shed some light on it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You learned from this day, it was so shitty that you learned from this day and you ain't never do that again. What? Give me some light on that day.
Okay, so I'll just say this with the past administration.
Back to that.
Maybe like a year into that particular administration, I was in a currency pairing with Euro. With Euro, that's one of my favorite pairings, and I always pair with USD. And we were talking about earlier how the emotions of the society actually move the market. And I don't know exactly what transpired on social media, but the leader of the United States at that time put out some tweets that impacted the market in a very negative way. And literally, the pairing with Euro and USD, I seldom would lose money on that. That's my money maker. That's the one I'm most comfortable with. Like Nate said, that's the one I literally have studied the trends for years. I know which way it's gonna swing, but this tweet cost me over 4,000.
Oh,
Tweet. Hey, got some?
A tweet.
That's how you always check the news, no matter what. It could be a perfect setup.
The news was fine. It was just
Him coming out with something.
And that's the thing about the Forex market, comparatively to the stock market. The stock market is just gradual. It's moving at a more of a sluggish pace. If we had a live picture of the charts for the Forex, you'll see it's moving very rapidly. It's moving in real time. This money is gaining strength, losing strength in real time. So when I tell you that pairing dropped to the bottom, and it was a hard fall to the bottom. Wow. Luckily, I had a stop loss. Because I could have lost my entire account. And that's what they was talking about. I could have lost my entire account. I never go into a trade without putting a stop loss in. I put my stop loss in first.
Damn right. Damn right.
First, before I even do anything else.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, a bad day? Well, I actually had a bad day not too long ago. Because sometimes, like, I don't know, like some days it's just not going to be a good day.
Yeah.
Like some days it's just not going to be a good day. And like throughout the day, most of the time the market is consolidating. That's why the best time to trade is like 3 a.m. So like when I was in high school, I used to literally go to school so tired because I would stay up all night trading because during the day the market would be consolidating. But as soon as London session hit, like London session is the best because you're getting all the best trades. You make the most money at that time. But I don't know. I was just having a bad day because like you have to be patient with the market. Like you can't just go in thinking I got a bill tomorrow. I need this right now. Like no, you always have to make sure you follow suit. Do what you've been doing. Do what's been making you money. And like sometimes when you get stressed or try to force the market to go in the way that you want it to go or try to force things to happen, you will lose money. Like, you just can't force it. You have to keep doing what you've been doing and follow the blueprint. And that day I was not following the blueprint. I was like, I just lost this money. I need to make this back. So I was trying to force it to do what I wanted to do, and I just kept losing money.
You had like a gambler's mentality almost. Like, let me win this money back.
Right. Because I had already lost. So I'm like, no, I'm not about to just leave like this. Like, I'm about to make it back. And I just kept losing until I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like, forget about it.
At that point, that's the time to step away from
Yeah.
for a while and tell you guys the truth, to be completely transparent. That $4,100 loss made me step away for 3 years.
Really?
It literally gave me financial PTSD. I said, oh my God, I cannot be putting my future, basically my financial future, in the hands of a tweet. A tweet can devastate me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Jesus.
But whenever you are having a bad day like that, it's better to just to step away, kind of reconvene, gather yourself, review the trend that caused you to be in that bad position, and then start another day. Step away. You will lose your entire account trying to chase money you lost.
Yeah, and hope for better tweets.
Well, you know what? There's no tweets coming out of that, you know. That's not effectual anymore.
Got you. Oh, now that we're not under that administration that you
right.
Just keep speaking up. Okay, I got you. That administration. Okay, all right.
You said it.
All right.
So,